All right, we are here on the party on CHMR. I'm your host, Warren Gordon.
And I'm Chelsea Skates.
This is the pre-recorded edition of the party.
Yes, the May 18th edition of the party, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, awesome.
That's it. You got it.
Yes. Hopefully it is warmer out on May 18th than it is right now. But
we are sitting here in the studio with a band called Shanty.
Yes, we are.
How's it going, guys?
What are you?
Good, man.
Good. We're going to come back with you guys just shortly. We're going to play some music, and then we'll come back and we'll have a little chat and we'll see what's on the go with you guys.
Sounds
so
good.
Let's hear some Arkels.
And we're back here on the party on CHMR.
Yes, we are. We're sitting here with Shanty.
Yes, we are. How's it going, guys?
It's
Excellent.
That's fair. So, probably go from left to right. Do you just want to say your name and what your role is in the band?
Okay. Your left or my left?
You.
Me. My name's Nick Whalen. I'm the drumming section, I guess you could say, of Shanty.
My name's Jimmy Wright, and I'm the bassing section of Shanty.
My name is Steve Chalk. Play fiddle and mandolin.
I'm Mike Batten. I play banjo and accordion.
And my name is Ben Dooley, and I play mostly guitar and lead vocal.
So, how did Shanty kind of come to be? How long have you guys been on the go?
Oh my god, not very long. As Shanty, we've all played in separate groups, individually, but as Shanty, not even a year, maybe 4 months probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're kind of leftovers and scraps from another band. Myself, Nick, and Jimmy, we all played in another group called Emerald's Fleet before, and then we had lineup changes pending, so the three of us stuck together, and the boys joined us here.
Okay. So, you guys have kind of a very Irish, I guess, sound. Why did you decide to play that kind of genre?
I don't know. It sort of just came. Almost fell into place when Ben and I initially met like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to play in a punk band. So through the jigs and the reels, we ended up meeting Jimmy, and we found out Jimmy was a phenomenal bass player. And then the other band we were in sort of went, it just dissipated very quickly. And then we met Steve, and Steve was a sick fiddle player, and he played multiple instruments besides that. Then we met Mike and found out Mike was a deadly old banjo player, accordion player. Dude can pretty much play anything. He plays his shoes, for God's sakes.
Of course, Irish music's in the blood too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to touch on that part.
So, what kind of reception have you guys had so far? I mean, you're a very new band, but...
Depends where we play,
That's fair.
to be honest. I find when we play Irish bars, the younger crowd tend to take to us.
Mm-hmm.
The older crowd often think that we're a bit too fast.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick has been asked to turn down the drums before.
Yeah.
It's a true story. We won't mention the pub, but somebody actually asked him to turn down the drums. I find when we play rock shows, we tend to go over better.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, so do we want to take it away with another tune more?
Yeah, sure. Let's hear some Shanty. This is The Ghost of the Foggy Moor.
On a foggy grey evening in Century 8, a deed was committed far worse than you've seen. According the months and the years now since she's been found, the more has been known to have strange sights and sounds. So if you resemble our murderous host, you may become victim to the foggy moor's ghost. And the ghost of the foggy moor lives on. And the ghost of the foggy moor lives on. And the ghost of the foggy moor lives on and on. And the ghost of the foggy moor lives on and on and on and on. Oi! 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 Oi!
All right, we're back here on the party on CHMR
Yes, we are.
with Shanty, and they're
Yeah.
going to play us a tune here in studio. This one's called Emerald's Fleet.
Our fathers left Ireland some years ago to cross the Atlantic and to find a new home. They left all their poverty, famine, and crime. They traveled through the waters and they traveled through time. They sought their ambitions, each woman and man. They came to a place that was called Newfoundland. They settled down here to work and to breed, as this was the place that well suited their needs. They left the green country and came over here. Their numbers kept growing, there were more every year. They left the green country so the children could eat, and they came in the Emerald's fleet. And they came in the Emerald's fleet. One, two, three, four. Well, our fathers left Ireland some years ago to cross the Atlantic to find a new home. They left all their poverty, famine, and crime, and they traveled through the waters, they traveled through time. They sought their ambitions, each woman and man, and they came to a place that was called Newfoundland. They settled down here to work and to breed, as this was the place that well suited their needs. They left the green country and came over here. Their numbers kept growing, there were more every year. They left the green country so their children could eat, and they came in the Emerald fleet. And they came in the Emerald fleet. Well, the more that they came here, the more that they grew. The Murphys, O'Grady's, and O'Reilly too. They came more accustomed to our wildlife and fish, as this place had everything for what they could wish. They first settled out ports, the harbors and bays, and they drank all their nights, and they fished all their days. And then they moved inland like grandpas and gander, and became less Irish, but more Newfoundlander. They left the green country and came over here. Their numbers kept growing, there were more every year. They left the green country so their children could eat, and they came in the Emerald fleet. And they came in the Emerald fleet. left our safe harbor and sailed out the bay. And there was no grieving for going away. There was no slowing down. All engines would go. We'd go through the sunshine, the rain, sleet, and snow, and we'd sail. And we'd sail. And we'd sail. And we'd never look back. Remember our childhood and days that we spent catching connors and rock cod and sleeping in tents. Remember our trouting and trying to catch hares and all of the other things done through the years. And we'd sail. And we'd sail. And we'd sail. And we'd never look back. Remember the stories your grandfather knew of hunting for elephants and big kangaroos. Although they were foolish, they were tall tales, not lies. They made for some times that no money could buy. And we'd sail. And we'd sail. And we'd sail. And we'd never look back. Well, those times they're all gone now, they're all in the past. And they were too good and they could never last. So we left our safe harbor and sailed out the bay. And we waved to each other and went separate ways. And we sailed. And we sailed. And we sailed. And we never look back. Whoa.
And we're back here on the party on CHMR.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We just heard the Mahones with
Yeah.
One Last Stand.
Yes, we did. That was an awesome track.
It was a really good track.
It was. Speaking of the Mahones, you guys have a show coming up with that band tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yes, tomorrow. We're stoked to bring the Mahones back to St. John's. It's going to be rocking.
Cool.
We're lucky to get them here. They're playing at Halifax tonight. And they just came back from the UK, and then they're going on tour with the Dropkick Murphys. So
That's
we're
sick.
thinking it's going to be pretty rocking.
Wow.
So we're bringing all our favorite local bands on board. We have At Ship's End, Rogues, Shanty, and the Pints open the show. So the doors open at 9,
Yep.
and then it's a party.
So where
2
was
for
it
1
again?
beer until 11, which is always awesome. And Monday's a holiday,
That's sick.
so rock.
There's no excuses not to be there.
Yeah.
So where was it taking place again? Just to
Oh, Club 1,
reiterate?
sorry.
Okay.
Club 1.
Okay, so that's an awesome lineup, and you should definitely check that out.
Yeah, tickets are available at Surefire Events.
Okay. Cool. So, are you guys? Well, I'd say you are definitely stoked to be playing.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. They put off an awesome show. So.
Yeah. Have they've the Mahones have been here before, haven't they?
They have been here, yes, a couple years ago. Yeah.
So, did you guys get out to see them that time when they were performing?
I certainly did.
Yeah. Good show.
From what I can remember.
Well, must have been good then. Have you guys played with any of the other bands that are going to be playing with the Mahones?
Yeah, we've played with all of them.
Yeah.
They're all our good buddies, so we're stoked to
sick.
have everyone on board.
Cool.
It's just gonna be a really good show. 5 bands, 4
Yeah.
local bands, then Mahomes the headliner.
Cool.
So it's gonna be a pretty fast-paced show, I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear some
At Ship's End?
at Ship's End, who will be playing with you guys
Yep.
Yes.
at that show.
This is
Right before
Jack.
the Mahomes.
Or for the Mahones, yeah.
Sick. This is Jack of all trades.
There's a shack on the hill next to the old paper mill where an old skipper Jack used to live. And he lived all his life with 3 kids and his wife. And he lived a life that was good. At Ship's End! He was a hard-working man, he did the best that he can. He was well known all over his town. A good man indeed, although Jack could not see, for Jack was as blind as a bat. Since the day life did start, poor Jack was left in the dark. I've never met someone so wise, or someone without working eyes. Jack ran a store that closed down its doors. He worked there for 56 years. That's 'cause Jack was blind, he was robbed all the time. Never had a cent to his name. Jack liked to sail, he could hammer a nail. He knew how to use his 2 hands. One question why Jack could bake a mean pie, for Jack was the jack of all trades. Since the day life did start, poor Jack was left in the dark. I never met someone so wise, for someone without working eyes. One fateful day, out in St. Mary's Bay, poor Jack was in need of fresh air. He walked over a cliff, and now Jack was adrift. And we won't hear from him anymore. Since the day life did start, poor Jack was left in the dark. I never met someone so wise, for someone without working eyes.
We are back here on the Party on CHMR.
Yes, we are.
I'm your host, Warren Gordon.
And I'm Chelsea Skanes.
And we are sitting here with Shanty, who are going to play us another tune. Yes?
Absolutely.
What's this one called, guys?
This This is Nancy Whiskey, traditional song.
We don't play that with a capo, man. We don't play that with a capo.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, we play D.
I was wondering what was going on. That sounds
we're back here on the party on CHMR.
I'm your host, Warren Gordon.
And I'm Chelsea Skates.
We're back here with Shanty.
Yes, we are.
Throughout the show, we heard some of your recordings. So you guys want to talk a bit about your recordings that you guys have recorded? Wow.
Yep. What we did was a lot of fun. And generally when you think about recording songs, you think about going into a studio, but actually the studio came to us. It was really cool. We set up in Jimmy's house. And shout out to the boys, Adam Thistle and Keegan Power, the boys from Soundwaves Audio Inc. They brought all their gear to Jimmy's house, and we separated into rooms. Myself and Jimmy were in one bedroom playing. Nicholas was in the living room playing, and Mike and Steve shared the washroom.
Sitting on the throne.
That's true.
And basically, well, they did all our bed tracks there right in Jimmy's house that first day, and then we moved out into their studio the next day to finish it off. We finished the 3 songs in 2 days.
Sick.
So how about future plans? What have you guys got lined up?
Well, we've got a lot more original music. Obviously, we try as much as possible to lean towards playing our own music. So we're hoping that in the next couple of months we're going to get back in and record more and more, and eventually it'll be an album.
What would you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Way, hey, up the rises, way, hey, up the rises, way, hey, up the rises early in the morning. Throwing a lugboat till he's sober, throwing a lugboat till he's sober, throwing a lugboat till he's sober early in the morning. Way, hey, up the rises, way, hey, up the rises, way, hey, up the rises early in the morning. Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. Way, hey, up the rises, way, hey, up the rises, way, hey, up the rises early in the morning. Rises, way, hey, and up to rises early in the morning. Way, hey, and up to rises, way,
Which?
Okay, we are back here on the Party on C Square.
This time for real.
For real this time. Back here with Shanty.
Yes, we are.
Gonna hear some tunes. Let's go for it.
Here's one of our own songs called Pink, White, and Green.
Traveled halfway around the world since I was 17. Switzerland and Austria and the homeland of the Queen. Some people travel way down south for laying in the sand. But I'm content right here at home. I love my New England land. I love the pink. I love the pink, white, and green. I love the pink. I love the pink, white, and green. I am a proud Canadian, the true land of the free. But right now there are some things the way they shouldn't be. With Harper at the wheel, the ship is surely going down. And Newfoundland's his target, why do we stick around? I love the pink. I love the pink, white, and green. I love the pink. I love the pink, white, and green. I love to hear the waves are crashing up against the rocks. I love to see the fishing boats come in against the docks. I love that when we get the shaft, we will all stand loud. Us underneath, the white and green, we will all stand proud. I am a proud Canadian, the true land of the free. But right now there are some things the way they shouldn't be. With Harper at the wheel, the ship is surely going down. And Newfoundland's his target, why do we stick around? I love the pink. I love the pink, white, and green. I love the pink. I love the pink, white, and green. I love the pink. I love the pink, white, and green. I love the pink. I love the pink, white, and pink, white, and pink, white, and green.
Ready?
What is it?
A lot faster than that.
Let me go back. What?
A lot faster than that.
I'm not really doing that.
All right. All right.
Everybody's leaving, but where are they all going? They're going for the money. They're going far from home. They want me to go with them, but I am staying here now. I
thank you very much, guys, for coming in.
Yep.
Thank you for having us.
And once again, for those who say just tuned in and like what they heard, where can we find out about Shanty?
You can go to www.facebook.com/ShantyNL, or our Twitter account is
@Shanty_NL.
And we're playing tomorrow night with the Mahomes. The legendary Mahomes are playing at Club 1.
Okay.
Irish Punk Legends. Gotta
Yes.
see them.
With
They're a hell of a show.
And the Rogues and the Pints.
Cool.
We're stoked.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.